What's up, party people? I just wanted to get on here and address the coronavirus real quick, or the COVID 19 virus. As for, excuse me, I'm not sick, smoker's cough. But as for if I'm worried about it, no, I'm not too worried about it. That's not to say that I'm not taking any precautions. Of course, I'm taking precautions for the welfare of myself and my family, of course. But I'm not too worried about it because from all information I've been able to gather, this virus mostly infects those either with weak immune systems or weak respiratory systems. And it basically gives you pneumonia. Starts filling your lungs up with liquid. And unfortunately, I have been keeping tabs on my elderly loved ones, like my parents. I just talked to my father. He said he's staying in. I got to call my mom this weekend, but since she retired, she stopped going out anyway, so I know she should be good. But I'm still calling and make sure she's okay up there. So for the elderly, and like I said, those with either weak immune systems or weak respiratory systems, they're the ones I'm more worried for. All right. Like I said, just because I'm not worried about getting it, don't mean I'm trying to get it. What I am more worried about is people. The way people react to things, especially these days. Because, like, in the great words of whoever came up with this saying, you can't fix stupid. You could cure a virus, but you can't fix stupid. And some of these people out here is getting pretty freaking stupid. Like, really drinking bleach or cocaine, rip. Drinking bleach or cocaine, whatever, man. So I'm more worried about how people react to this than I am about the virus. Now, that's without saying the spread of the virus is problematic because, like, even though they keep spouting all these numbers about how many people got it, they don't know for sure. There's no way they can know for sure because they don't have enough tests. They're not testing everybody. The only way you'll know for sure is if you're tested. Like right now, they're going by, well, if you get symptoms, self-quarantine. But okay, by the time you get symptoms, you done had it for at least a week and a half. So there's no telling who you could have spread that to before you self-quarantined. I mean, but they're pretty much saying, well, wait till you get it and then quarantine yourself. But like I said, for that last week and a half, you done spread it to everybody. So how much good is self-quarantining now? That you know you have it? Like, oh my God. So, like I said, they have no clear idea how many people are infected with this thing. So the numbers they're talking about now in 2 to 3 months could double, if not triple. Now, that's not to say as we shouldn't definitely be trying to contain this virus. But the bottom line is, what you'll have to do to contain it, they really don't want to do. Like, they're quietly trying to tell you, like, yeah, don't go out the house. But at the same time, if you don't go out the house, the economy's going to take a hit. And they know that. And as much as they keep bragging about the economy now, it is not that great. That's just, the economy is not that great. So if everybody just stopped going outside and those businesses stopped making money, the economy is definitely going to take a hit. And like I said, our current administration will do anything to keep that from happening on his watch, or at least you being able to blame him for it. So pretty much right now, they're risking everybody getting infected to save face. Because like I said, they don't want you to self-quarantine until you're already showing symptoms. But by that time, you've been spreading it for the past week and a half. Can't fix stupid. So, like I said, I'm taking precautions. Like, I had to go buy toilet paper, not because I'm worried about us running out of toilet paper or anything. More so than I'm worried about these people out here buying up all the toilet paper so that when we do need it, there ain't none. So pretty much right now, I am kind of stockpiling. But like I said, I'm not stockpiling for the virus. I'm stockpiling to try to get some stuff before these people out here buy it all up. Because, like, not thinking that maybe there's a whole other population out here that might need some of this stuff. So for you to grab like 4 freaking pallets of toilet paper just for yourself, seriously? Are you really gonna need that much toilet paper? What the hell are you doing? There ain't that much shitting in the world. So that's pretty much what I'm watching out for. I'm watching out for other people more than I am for the virus. Like I said, my wife's on a whole holistic thing, so we're taking different juices and different things to boost our immune system. And we're basically trying to stay out of crowds and places. And this is another weird thing. Like, to me, what makes the most sense is not going to fast food restaurants, because numerous people hit fast food restaurants on a daily. So it would be only a matter of time before some of these fast food restaurants start getting contaminated. But people will go in and buy all the Lysol and all the Clorox wipes and all the bleach and all this stuff, but then go still stop by Burger King or Wendy's. Like, like I said, man, I'm more worried about the people than I am about the virus. I really am. And like I said, because they don't want the economy to crash, or for you to be able to blame Trump for it, which I don't blame Trump. Like, he's doing what he's doing. He ain't know what he was doing when he got the job. So I don't expect him to know what he's doing now. So I'm not really blaming him. But yeah, but like I said, the way they're handling it by telling people to wait until symptoms occur and then self-quarantine, you know, already spread it. So yeah, that might keep more people from getting it, but you already tagged some people, man. And because the symptoms don't show for a week or two, now they're going around spreading it. And because there ain't enough tests, nobody knows. Nobody has a clue. until the symptoms pop up. Like, if anything, I see it as a warning, because I believe that, like I said, arrogance is rapid and everywhere right now. And I think a lot of people thought, oh, well, that type of scenario will never happen. Like, there's too many things in place. You know, that'll never happen. Like, we see it on TV and stuff, but it'll never happen until, boom, it does. Like I said, you see how fast this thing spread. Now, if this had been a more lethal virus, like something that could affect healthy people, young, old, then the shit would be hitting the fan right now. Literally. The shit would be hitting the fan right now. So it's only, whether it be by design or by luck, that this virus isn't as lethal as it could be. Even though it does have lethal properties to certain demographic, it's not as bad as it can be. Well, the only other thing that concerns me is, like I mentioned in the comments, well, from one of my other videos, that there's a game, app that I've been playing for maybe like 5 or 6 years now. I think it's called Infectious, something like that. Like, there's a couple of apps. I think the other one's called Bio something. One's called Infection or Infectious, and the other one's called Bio something. But basically, it's a game where they give you certain scenarios like bacteria, viruses, plagues, different end of the world scenarios like Planet of the Apes or vampirism or lycanthrope or werewolf. But pretty much the goal of the game is to wipe out every human being on Earth. You have to plan and manipulate a virus or a bacteria so that it can spread and infect everywhere and everybody on Earth. And you basically win the game when the last person dies. It's a game. That's the game. And what it does is it gives you abilities, ways to tweak this virus as you gain points, and you use those points to tweak the virus. Like, you make it more heat resistant, you make it more cold resistant, you make it more infectious by animals or water or wind. You can make it airborne, and you can also tweak how severe the virus is and the symptoms. And you can also tweak, because after a while, once your virus starts getting known, the World Health Organization in the game will start researching a cure for it. So then they have a little section where you could tweak the virus and make it more resistant to research in order to, keep the infection going, so that will spread all over the world. But pretty much, like I said, this game teaches you the best way to pretty much use a virus or a bacteria to wipe out the world. Like, if you had that type of control over the virus, and just me personally playing the game, what I found is, if you could spread a virus across the world, starting out with little to no symptoms, because you don't want to bring a whole lot of attention to it, because too many people start dying. Of course, they're going to start researching the cure for it. You don't want that. So the best thing you could do is if you could spread your virus, but keep the symptoms at a minimum, such as just cold or flu symptoms. And then once infection, after maybe about a year or two, maybe 3 years, once the infection has spread pretty much everywhere, you amp up the severity of the infection and the lethalness of the infection to the point where everybody has it. So even those researching it or trying to get a cure for it are already infected with it. So now if you amp up the severity of it, they're going to be too sick to come up with a cure. And that's not going to help anybody. It's only a matter of time before governments start to collapse, borders start closing, no import, no export. Everybody start closing the borders. Like I said, the government collapse, anarchy, chaos. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, that game pretty much teaches you, if you did have the means to be able to control a virus or a bacteria like that, it teaches you the most effective way of doing it. So at this point, like, I hate to say this, but I'm pretty much come to the realization, I pretty much come to realize, because for some reason my mouth ain't working right now. I'll call it back. I pretty much come to realize that we're at some point, I believe that if a human extinction event occurred, we would probably do it to ourselves. I'm thinking that if we were ever to kill ourselves off, it will probably be more man-made than it would be a natural disaster. That's what I'm pretty much, because for some reason we're just intent on destroying ourselves. Like, for some reason we live to destroy. It doesn't really make any sense, but that is definitely a factor in the equation. Eventually, if we don't go by natural disasters, we're probably going to go by our own hand, one way or the other. So, if it's not by a virus or by war, nuclear war, or some other man-made or man-affected event, I don't know. Sooner or later, it's going to be something. And I ain't even going to go down that rabbit hole, because then I'm going to get all doom and gloom again. And like I said, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. But that's it. So in the meantime, like I said, well, everybody around here is pretty much laughing. You know, we telling each other, stay sanitized, wash your hands. But the virus is airborne. You can have the cleanest hands in the world. Somebody coughs with it, you got it. So The only thing I can tell y'all is stay safe, stay smart. When you can, try to look out for each other. Uh, and hopefully this will be just another chapter in our history, or at least a learning lesson to let certain powers that be know that we might not be as safe as they like to proclaim, or we might not be as safe as they think we are. That maybe some of this stuff do need funding. Just maybe. I don't know. Like I said, y'all be careful. Watch yourselves. Watch your families. Watch out for the crazy people out there. And hopefully, this virus won't turn any more lethal than it is. Like, God bless those that have already end up dying from the virus, unfortunately. But as long as it don't mutate or change into something that we really ain't gonna be ready for, because then we really gonna have to watch our backs. And I'm not looking forward to that though. I don't know. Y'all be safe, be blessed. One.